bit of a baton swap here. The main thrust was to organise 4 graffiti clean-up days in those towns, and we were absolutely delighted that and relieved that 4 towns wanted to participate. We saw what worked in Upwey and Tacoma, and we just wanted to roll it out. And as Amanda might mention later, we have our own dedicated graffiti ute that we raised funds for, and that certainly helped in that rollout. We wanted to develop the skills of the volunteers to organise their own clean-up days, because we'd organised ours in Upwey and wanted to help roll it out. And sometimes it's really difficult to just get things started. There's plenty of issues around OH&S and getting supplies, the permissions we've touched on here, the techniques themselves, and quite often it's a situation where, what don't you do rather than what you do. So we then thought we'd roll out and provide practical training in graffiti removal, and we're very lucky at Yarra Ranges. We have a fantastic graffiti response unit, which is a team of 2 guys in a dedicated ute which go around cleaning graffiti off council property and other things too. The aim was to remove graffiti from private and commercial property, because the graffiti response unit can only tackle the Shire properties, and in Upwey and Tacoma we found that the best value was removing graffiti from residents and commercial properties. We wanted to do rather than talk. There's so many meetings, there's discussion, there's grant application, there's so much time wasting in our view, a lot of money being wasted. If you just get stuck into it, often you can achieve an awful lot, and I think you'll hear a bit more of what people are doing around today. And the difference it can make then to the perception of safety and beauty of a town. And we wanted to build community cohesion. We want to promote our community of communities. We're very lucky in the Yarra Ranges with lots of little villages, and it's great to establish the relationship between those villages, and that's what Yarra Ranges is. And finally, from a community's perspective, we wish to encourage a shift in attitude at council, because from one of expectation of residents to remove their own graffiti to one of assistance. Springing from the project outcomes is the knowledge we now use to modify our future plans, and we do plan to keep it going, rolling out to other towns have expressed interest. We know that if we do engage our residents, they do respond. If we remove old graffiti, it certainly does lift the town. If we make a concerted, prolonged effort, it does work, and we can retake ownership of our towns. There's a couple of pictures, I suppose, we can show here of doing the demonstrations with the people watching. That's the back of me there, believe it or not. They are quite engaged. This is a good shot before and after. It doesn't quite give it justice, actually, because it was totally coated. This is a long wall. There's the railway station. This is Moorabah. The railway line is right opposite here, so it's hit regularly, but you can see the transformation and people going wow as they're going past. But from a community viewpoint, we think it's been very successful getting a closer engagement with council. We made mistakes, but we learned a lot. Graffiti has, as you all know, has been and still is a battle in our town and our shire. Sometimes it's also a battle to be taken seriously by council from a township group viewpoint. So we're delighted that they have adopted this project that we recommended. Very grateful to the Department of Justice for the funding. I think we're actually privileged by the sound of things, by the competition that's involved.